Important to keep developing creative and innovative technologies. Not only do they improve our lives today, but they also help us to find solutions for future challenges too. If you enjoyed learning about Canadian satellites and observing the Earth from space, visit the Canadian Space Agency website. There you'll find more information about these topics.
The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Apollo computer had 32K of fixed memory and 2K of erasable.
With the smallest of words in his hand,
that was it. No screen, no sound.
Fills his eye as he tries to hang on.
And the keyboard just had
holding his world together.
0 through 10, read, clear, and enter.
And the other
no graphics, no
up the
screen.
sky. And she's
On
wondering
its best days,
why
it couldn't get to 1
should
megahertz.
sigh.
So it was
Don't you
slow
want me round forever?
but it got its there.
I haven't seen anything that indicates the telemetry data is even in existence, and as I said, even if we had it, we don't have the machines to play it back.
Right, we've been unable to track it down. I mean, we don't know where this telemetry data ended up, and we don't know what path it may have taken. So, unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't really give you much of a clue as to where this data ended up and whether it still exists or not.
NASA admitted that it had lost the original footage of man's first steps on the moon.
The most heralded, most famous achievement, accomplishment of mankind, of humans, the landing on the moon. NASA lost everything. They're claiming there's nothing in their archives, nothing in storage, nothing in a cardboard box someplace that has anything to do with the Apollo missions. It's all gone.
Listen, I'm a boomer. I don't have to take shit from anybody. I've been living on debt and Social Security for over a decade. Why? Because I earned it on that cold planet up there. That's right. I did that. Me. Because I'm a baby boomer. I believe anything anyone ever tells me. We all know there's no God because some fucking retard in a wheelchair told me that with his robot voice. And we believed him because we're baby boomers and we have grit. We went to the fucking moon. I mean the hoodly daddle. When I look up at that moon, I feel proud. When you go after those elite astronauts that could keep a secret for 50 fucking years, you know how much booze Buzz Aldrin had to drink?
You got your foot in the door, get through somehow, break through somehow.
They're making it so obvious we didn't go to the moon, right? It's so obvious that it's ridiculous. NASA, which gets $58 million a day. And by the way, when people say, why would we even go back to the moon? There's nothing there. You have scientists from the 60s saying it would be the greatest place to have a scientific station imaginable. No atmosphere, you can do tests, you can see things that you would never see. You would have golf tournaments, blah, 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 blah. Okay, 1/6 the gravity. They did not act 1/6 the gravity one bit. The rovers would not have driven that way. Each rover cost the taxpayers $60 million in 1970s money. It's just nonsense. Every president has said that we would go back and then failed. Even our private sector has failed. No other country has ever went back to the moon. Technology has advanced to a degree that you can't imagine. And yet they're saying that we can't go back because we no longer have the technology. What about the calculations? Apparently it was one black woman that did it by hand. This is from NASA. It was one black woman. They did a movie about her. Did it by hand. And now they can't find it. Okay, what about the telemetry data? 1 ton of data was reused. And now the media is saying that an intern bought them at a yard sale. You can't make this shit up. When has technology went in reverse? What other time in history has an explorer went someplace, planted a flag from a nation, and no other nation followed suit? None. Russia, China, Israel, none of them ever went again. Name one other time. Never once. Trust me, I'm wearing a lab coat.
I think in the past, like you're saying, we had no way of verifying anything we were told. So we saw the moon landings, well, you saw the moon landings, and you believed it, but there was no way for you to check any of it. And now in the age of technology, as you said, a lot of the young people believe that it was faked, and that's because they are now investigating for themselves.
I find it very interesting, and we'll talk to Sarah in a minute about the scientific side that she believes. But for me personally, I just think far too many people would have to
cover it up.
cover up